So, I said I was going to make a two-part video. I said this in the Gary Neville vs Arsenal Fans TV video because there's been an interesting debate within the media, within normal media and social media, about should Arsene Wenger stay at Arsenal. So, a simple premise: should Arsene Wenger stay at Arsenal? His contract runs out at the end of this season. He's been at the club for 21 years. 21 years, which in this modern age, to go 5 years is a feat. To go 21 from 1996 to 2017 is amazing. I think there's only been one other manager in the modern game that has lasted over 20 years, and that's Alex Ferguson. But after 21 years, is it time for Wenger to step aside? If you'd watched my previous video the other day, the Gary Neville vs Arsenal Fans TV video, I pretty much gave my opinion that Wenger should step down, should step aside, and I've had this feeling now, this feeling now for 2, 3, maybe 4 years. I always felt the perfect moment for Wenger to step down was the point when Spurs were able to finish above Arsenal, and they almost had that one season when they did it. They almost had it in maybe 2012, 2013, one of those 2 years, where Spurs almost pipped Arsenal to 4th place. But while I make this rash declaration that Wenger should step down, I think I should give my opinions why. And I've kind of summarized them in the last video, but I'm going to give my opinions on why Wenger should step down. Firstly, 21 years. How long can you go at a club? 21 years is probably close to retirement age anyway. He's done brilliantly. He's had the Invincibles. He's won FA Cups. I think he got them to the FA Cup final in 2004. Not the FA Cup. The Champions League final in 2004. He's got cups, championships, everything under his belt, but he's had 21 years to do it in. However, since 2003, 2004, he has failed, and you've seen them progressively going down, down, down. In fact, in the last 14 years, maybe 14, I think, since the Invincible season, I think that was 03-04, the club has been going backwards. There's no denying it. Granted, you can't go forwards from going all season unbeaten, but he is going backwards. They are probably going to start slipping down the table at some point. But there is always that argument that they always finish top 4. So had Man U. So had Liverpool. Man City are finishing top 4 constantly. Spurs have finished top 4. Yes, you're getting into the top 4 constantly. However, if I was an Arsenal fan, it would not be good enough for me. I would want to be pushing for the top 2. I would want to push to the Premiership title. I wouldn't want to see Man City get it, Chelsea get it, Man U get it, even though I don't think they're going to get it anytime soon. And if Klopp does really well at Liverpool, Liverpool might be getting it in a couple of seasons. If Klopp does well at Liverpool, granted this year you're seeing Pep Guardiola look like a failure. You're seeing Jurgen Klopp look like a failure. You're seeing Jose Mourinho doing terrible, and that's going to be a stain on his career. And this is a guy who's won the Premier League, the Champions League with Porto, Inter, won the Premiership with Chelsea a few times. And let's face it, Mourinho's a good manager, but he's looking crap this season. Yes, they finished in the top 2 last season. That cannot be denied. But how weird was last season? How weird was it? You have Chelsea winning the Premier League. Leicester winning the Premier League. Man City finishing 4th. Spurs having their best season for years. Man U doing terribly under Van Gaal, and seems to be again doing terribly under Mourinho. And Chelsea having what could only be described as a shocker of a season, because they had no faith in Mourinho. If this season had panned out the way they usually do, you'd have had Arsenal in 4th, Man U in the top 3, Chelsea possibly winning it, and Man City coming 2nd. But last year was weird, so you couldn't count anything out. But yes, they finished 2nd, but you can see a pattern emerging throughout every year. They have a brilliant start to the season, then come January they start to fall, and it happens every season. It's like clockwork. You'll get, I don't know how to, you'll start win. You'll go up and they'll be top 2, top 3, all the way through the summer and autumn months. Then come January, come the winter, when they have the winter break in Europe, they go, and it's clockwork. They fail in cups, they fail in the Champions League, they fail in the Premiership, they end up 4th by May time. And you can predict this every season because it happens. And why is that? Why is that? Is it down to the manager? No. But let's get on to Wenger later. What I think the whole mentality about Wenger. Is it the players? Yes, I actually think this is the players. I don't think these set of individuals can handle the winter months in England. If you think about the English football season, starts in August, finishes in May. We have very cold winters. Throughout the whole of the winter months, I think there's like a month, maybe 2 in Europe, where they don't play. It's called the winter break. And I don't think they can take playing through the winter break. I know this sounds like a really stupid statement to make, but no, I don't think they can handle it. I don't think they can take those 2 months. There's a story when Mariam Shamak signed for Arsenal 7 years ago. Winter came and he went, okay, I'll see you in a few months' time then. No, mate, you play throughout the winter months. Everyone else does, you do. But it's that mentality of, we're going to have a winter break and we're going to have a nice break in winter. Why are they expecting a winter break then? Apart from the odd signing here and there in the last 10 years, so let's start with Theo Walcott. Most of those signings have been young foreigners. He's brought them in from France. He's brought them in from Belgium, Holland. This is the kind of player Arsene Wenger likes. He likes young foreign kids, and he has done for a while. he built the Invincibles on the likes of Henry, who was fairly young at the time, on the likes of Lundberg, on the likes of Vieira. Then, when they got the Invincibles and he went out and brought in a new team to build up, Van Persie, Senderos, and he kept on doing this. He kept on bringing in young kids. Granted, there have been some young English kids like Walcott, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Chambers, I think his name is, the one they got from Southampton. Then he's brought in experienced players. He's brought in Arteta, he's brought in Benayoun, he's brought in Ozil. But as a rule of thumb, I've only ever seen him bring in young kids. So I think that's the mentality. Then the next problem comes up. When these kids realise they're worth something and they try to get a contract they believe they deserve, they're just sold. And you've been watching this now. I think the last major one may have been 3 or 4 years ago with Robin Van Persie. But you see their good players go and they get sold on to clubs they should be competing with. Look at it. Cesc goes to Barca. Henry goes to Barca. Nasri goes to Man City. Robin Van Persie goes to Man United. I think Rosiński went to Barcelona. And what does he do? He gets rid of these kids and he brings in more people, but I think he brings them below that par. He brings them below the par. And you see it over and over again, and I'm not being twatty about this, but it's obvious he does this. He brings in Arteta from Everton. You see Benayoun from, I think he was at Chelsea at the time. He tried to get Jamie Vardy last summer and failed. Granted, I think that's a move Jamie Vardy's probably regretting, but he tried to get Jamie Vardy in and failed. He tried to get Higuain in and failed. I think there's a thing of he can't pull in big name players. There was I think he tried to try in Ramirez or whatever his name is at Leicester and failed. I think he turned around a few weeks ago and I could have got Kante, but I didn't. He's now ripping up the Premiership at Chelsea. He's getting below par players and he's trying to, I don't know if he's trying to build them up, but he's failing. So, yes, I believe Wenger should go. Then the next question is, who should he be replaced with? I don't think there's many that great managers without clubs at the moment. Klopp went to Liverpool last year. Guardiola went to Man City. Mourinho's at Man U. Conte's at Chelsea. You could look around Europe, but I think the perfect replacement for Wenger is Simeone. Simeone's one of those managers who doesn't really have that money to spend because there's two massive gulfs in Spanish football. Man U and Real can afford players, the others can't. But he's built up a squad and they're winning Champions Leagues. So, for me, that would be my choice for Arsenal boss. However, from what I've heard, they have chosen to give him another 2-year contract, which I think is stupid. But that's Arsenal. They have no ambition. I don't think they have ambition anymore. But that's my rant on Wenger, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.